What is up, Backroad Explorers? I am headed out for a 2-night adventure. We're going to be going all day Friday, all day Saturday. It's Thursday night, so I'm just looking for a nice little place to camp tonight. It's in the evening already, so I'll probably arrive to camp at dark. But I'll be kind of flying solo all day tomorrow, just me. And then Mike and some of his crew we're going to join me. So this should be a really fun adventure. It's finally getting warm enough that the snow is starting to melt. Well, at least we're hoping the snow's melted enough that we can spend some good quality time in the mountains. We've been really looking forward to it, but we've been really chalked in after having a really killer winter, which is awesome. But the downside is I've been missing the mountains big time. So looking forward to really getting some good mountain time in, and hopefully we don't run into too much snow. So let's hit the road. So I'm just getting into the Lake Fork area, and I had come up here last year when I did my Reservation Ridge trip, and it was closed. I'm a little worried it's still going to be closed. I think I saw a sign when I was going on Highway 6, so if it is, then I'll go up Highway 6 a little bit further and just see if I can't find a nice little place to pull out. I know there's some trails like near Long Hollow and Tie Fork and a few things like that might work, so we'll see. Well, it looks like it is closed. I could see this sign from way up there. I couldn't see what it said, but man, I honestly, I really don't understand why it still needs to be closed. The fire was over a year ago. Anyways, at least they put the sign down here, because it used to just be up there the 2 miles ahead, so you drive up there and get stopped. So time to head somewhere else and find a place to stop. Morning, Backroad Explorers. It is Friday morning. I am up on top of a ridge here just outside of Sheep Creek, and it is just absolutely stunning up here. This is a beautiful campsite. I was planning originally to be camping in the Lake Fork area, but I was a little skeptical if it was going to work because I've ran into issues there last year where they had the area closed due to a fire, but I was kind of hoping I could check things out. Anyways, there's a ton of trails over in this area that I haven't actually been on, and I can actually see one that goes up this ridge right over here that I think is going to be really cool. So I'm going to go and check it out this morning, spend probably the next 3 or 4 hours exploring this area. Then I'll start making my way down the mountain, kind of across some ridges, over to where I'm going to be meeting Mike's crew tonight to camp, and then we'll be spending all day tomorrow again exploring. So should be a really good day on the trail. It's so beautiful and green out here. So let's hit the trail. Beautiful little meadow that I found to camp in last night. This would be a place to be kind of fun to spend a couple nights, but that's not normally what we do, so I'll be hitting the trail here after some breakfast. Hey, cow friends, you guys are loud. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Give me a little more space there, buddy. After a few miles of familiar dirt roads, we were off on a brand new trail that we had all to ourselves. From camp, I headed up Sheep Creek Road, then onto Rays Valley Road, and then into Dip Vat Road, which is where I spent the rest of the morning climbing up the mountain slowly, making my way towards Strawberry Reservoir. There's a river over here, really a stream, and thought I'd stop and check it out, and man, is Molly excited about it. Molly, you ready? We'll get it. Good girl. Good girl. Come here. Good girl. Good girl. Let's do it again. This is such a beautiful spot. I really wasn't expecting this. I didn't know there was a river that ran right here. And it's probably a little more full than it normally is just because of the runoff this year, but really pretty. Found a nice little trail down to it. Just love being in the mountains. It's hard when we have the mountains around us all the time. They're so beautiful, but the window is so small. So I'm feeling really glad that I'm out here right now. Man, I did not know how I didn't know about this road. I grew up just 20 minutes south of here, and I've driven a ton of roads in here, but I've never been on this one. It's really cool. It's a little more narrow than some of the others. Quite a few of the roads up here are pretty wide and gravel and graded. You could drive in them in a car, but this one is really cool. It's narrow. You're kind of running up this canyon. You've got the river on the side. The hills on the sides are full of beautiful wildflowers. It's just absolutely incredible. I'm loving it so far. To stop and check out this view. Look at that. Alright, there it is. First glimpse of the reservoir. And keep making our way down this cool dirt road to get there. Well, we've made it here to Strawberry Reservoir. You can see it back here behind me. And just absolutely beautiful. I actually brought some shorts, so I'm thinking I might jump in and then maybe I'll dry off while we eat some lunch. So let's get going. So my wife actually picked me up these cool towels from IKEA. Keep a couple of them with me all the time in case I do something silly like jump in. And they're big, they fold up nice, and they dry super quick. They're pretty cool. As you can imagine, that was freezing cold, but it was pretty cool. It felt nice to get refreshed. This would be a really cool place to camp, except for that you can't. There's a sign out there saying that you can't, but I'm just gonna stop, have a little bit of lunch, and just enjoy these beautiful views. And then from there, I'll start making my way down the mountain and then to another ridge set so I can meet Mike tonight. Washboards right here are ridiculous. Man, this is getting annoying. Just stopping for a really quick break, and man, tonight's camp spot better deliver because I just found an incredible spot. This would be really cool. The views are just absolutely beautiful. Check this place out. After a nice lunch where I spent time relaxing and reading Overlanding the Americas, I was back on the trail. If you've not been following the Bell family's adventures, you need to. The South African family has spent the last 5 years traveling around the world in their Land Rover Defender. They have documented the trip in multiple books. Each one is entertaining and intriguing. They give you that itch to sell everything, pack up the family, and head out on the longest adventure you can think of. This is the Willow Creek Guard Station. Very interesting. I had no idea this was even here. Does not look like it is being maintained. What is not to love about this trail? It is so cool. It's a nice tight road, big trees on the sides, there's a cliff on the edge here, beautiful views out there, just so beautiful. Check this out over here. That's what I've been just looking out over all day today. Eventually we need to get to kind of over by that mountain over there. Check out this corridor right here with all the trees. You can tell there's been a bunch of deadfalls. Someone's come through, probably the Forest Service, and cut out a lot of the dead trees. But we're crossing the road. But this is just so thick, it's very cool. The road Indian Creek just ran me into Highway 6 right by Soldier Summit. So I stopped there, topped off fuel. Now I'm headed up Right Fork, which is going to take me back up to Reservation Ridge Road for a little bit, which we were on a little bit earlier, and I'll go down it a little bit, and then I'm going to come down a new trail that I've never been on, and that'll drop me back off on Highway 6 again, and I'll go about 2 miles down the pavement and head off to the other side of the highway there, the west side of the highway, to do some exploring over there with Mike. It's interesting because basically I've been doing these big horseshoes going all the way up and horseshoeing back down. I'm pretty sure if I'd just done pavement the whole way, which of course I wouldn't do that, that'd be boring, it would be like 30 miles. And I've already done about 65 off-road miles today. I did about 20 yesterday, and I think I have about 20 more to go doing these big horseshoes where I take a particular canyon road up the mountain to the peak on the ridge and then come back down another canyon. So it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to see where this one goes. I've never been on it before, so should be exciting. I've just turned back around. As you can see, that road was just kind of ridiculous. It's clearly never graded, and so people go through there when it's muddy and they just dig it down and they make these big whoops that just are obnoxious. And I was debating turning around anyways, because I was like, man, if this whole road's gonna be like this, it's gonna be super annoying. And then I went like another 100 yards further and there's a tree across, and I probably could have like hooked up the winch and moved it and all kinds of stuff, but just honestly, I don't want to. That's a waste of time. This cow dog right here, it's hurt. He's been laying in the road. I try to get close to him, and every time I try to come up to him, he leaves. Doesn't look like he or his companion, who even ran further away from me, have any IDs on them. They have collars, but I didn't see any tags. I saw a sheep camp back a little ways, and I stopped by there and knocked on the thing, but nobody answered. They're probably out collecting, but he's clearly hurt. I don't know if he got hit. Something's wrong with his back and front leg. And when I try to get close, he runs away. So I don't know what to do at this point, but left him some food up there on the hill, and I don't know, hopefully they'll live long enough for someone to come help them. Someone they trust, because they definitely don't trust me. This little thing's seen better days. Alright, so I have finally made it to a campsite. I've been spending like about an hour and a half looking for a suitable camp spot where we were going to go. There was a tree across the road, and then I kept running into private roads that I didn't think were private to kind of get around it. And anyways, so I found a campsite for us tonight. Sad news is it's not nearly as good as some of the ones that we passed already, but it is in the area that we're going to be doing a lot of exploring tomorrow, so that aspect is good. I've got the directions sent off to Mike. He's going to be here in about an hour. So I'm probably going to start wrapping today's episode up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can catch tomorrow's episode as we're covering what we're going to be doing then. And something that I'm really reaching out for you guys for is, if you really want to help out the channel, it would be huge for us if, one, you make sure that you're subscribed, and then two, if you have any friends that you go off-roading with, overlanding with, that you haven't told about our channel yet, please do. We're really trying to increase our subscribers, and from our end, I'm trying to do everything I can to make the production quality better, go on more trips, and document more of it so that I can be producing more content. The hope is to get to the point where I'm doing one video per week, and it would be really cool if you guys could, you know, like, share, comment, and share this with everyone who, you know, that you're friends with who's into this kind of stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.